So we're going to proceed with Professor Christopher Su from Switzerland. My colleague, Professor Christopher, he's going to speak about the global dermatology, augmented knowledge in skin health. And also he's an expert in the artificial intelligence, using the artificial intelligence also in the skin diseases. Also he's working with a lot of initiative with WHO, and really we are proud with a colleague like him. So welcome, Dr. Professor Chris.
Thank you, Dr. Khaled. You honor me. So I'm very happy to be in front of you, everybody. And I'm aware that lunch is waiting outside and that we're not going to make it too long. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the initiative that I am developing now. So okay, so when I was with Hussein Juma here for 2 years in Singapore, and upon leaving in 2009, we decided that we would start exploring digital tools so that the spread of knowledge could be done at the speed of light. And that is something which was possible with websites, it was possible with social media, but now it's the next iteration. So we're moving to increased computing power at a stage never reached before. This is because of Moore's law, so doubling of technological possibilities every 2 years. So, and we are aligned as well with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which aims to use digital health in solutions that it wants to enact in health in general. So first of all, I will just invite you to look at this video. There's no sound. So basically, I don't know, just let you watch.
Can we have the sound? Well, I'm not going to release the secret. The initiative of Professor Chris and his colleagues is going to change. I feel it's going to change the way how we are teaching dermatology and make it more easier also. And also at the same time, crossing the barrier of the language barrier, because we have colleagues from Russia speaking Russia, colleague from China speaking Chinese, speaking Japanese, for example, and they cannot understand. Sometimes they're attending those international conferences, but there is no translator. So again, there is language barrier for transferring and sharing the knowledge. So Dr. Su, I'm not going to release a secret, sorry, but just to highlight your effort is going to change the way how we are exchanging our knowledge as a scientist, as a doctor, as a colleague, and crossing the barrier of our languages. No need to understand English in order to be able to know and reach the latest update, for example, in medicine. So using a lot of technologies, and one of their technologies is using now the artificial intelligence for such things. And also they're going to use a lot of resources. Is it okay?
Yes, Dr.
Okay.
Khaled
So
really summed it up,
I'm
so
just,
we can just go up for
taking
lunch now.
advantage of the time.
So basically what I believe is that there's a problem, there's also a solution. So the problem is that it's very difficult to actually get the right knowledge at the right time when you're facing in front of your patient. So as medical students, doctors, then dermatologists, we accumulate all that body of knowledge, but it's actually very difficult to action that knowledge when we're faced in front of the patient, so that we can actually get in a few bite-sized information, let's say some references which can actually help us decide whether we want to use that up-to-date knowledge, basically. So So we've developed a tool, it's a global dermatology. So basically, you can inquire anything. So, for example, for now it's in English. So if you ask syphilis or whatever, but in a little while it's going to be available in 5 languages, and we plan to do it by the end of the year in all the languages available, maybe 100. So basically, when you inquire after a few seconds, so imagine you're facing your patient and you're making that inquiry and getting a generated answer after let's say 5-10 seconds, and this answer is coupled with some clinical images as well as references. So what's very important is that with all these the small bite-sized information on top, are you really going to be using the information which is given to you? And this will be you to decide, actually. So you won't be inquiring, and you won't be criticizing the response. So obviously the references are not going to be always relevant, and the answer is not going to be always correct. But this, you can still decide if the references you received are going to be something you're going to be using in front of your patient. So this is critical thinking. And again, we're not creating that solution out of the blue. So it requires some extreme artificial intelligence engineering. And so on our team, we're working with Marc Combalia. Marc, if you want to stand up. So Marc is our AI engineer, and he's actually moving away for this project from let's say clinical imaging. I mean, he has some very important duties, for example, with EADV, and he's working with the AI task force. He's also planned ISIC 2019 imaging challenges, and he's part of a confocal group, but international confocal group. But he is taking the time to help us make sense of all this data, and now we're really evolving in the era of big data. So there are characteristics. So it's usually a huge amount of data, and how do we make this data visualizable? So you might ask me, we're using language models to create visualization, but it is because it would actually be impossible to interpret the data if it wasn't, let's say, cut down in something which was simple to analyze. And the way of analyzing is basically short answer plus reference, which is, it's not exactly what the black box is, but it is trying to resolve the problem of obtaining an explainable response. So with this, I invite you to go on the website. So it's globaldermatology.com. Type whatever you like, criticize whatever you see, because it's going to be criticizable. So for now, we're just using on 200 reference points. That makes about 2,000 data points, and by the end of the year, we are planning already to have 2 million data points. So it's going to be moving as fast as the technology is moving, so very quickly and exponentially faster. So with this, I would like to apologize for not being able to show you the video, and it was really a good video, but it's on the website. So if you go on globaldermatology.com, it's been launched online at the same time we're speaking. So I would like to invite you to view the video, and let's start the journey together. Okay?
Thank you, Professor Chris. And really, it's very fascinating. And please join us. You can sit with us, because it's not only the research, it's not only the knowledge, but because we have limitation in especially the language, and also sometimes some colleagues, they are not able to attend those big conferences like this conference or the American Academy or European Academy. So what Professor Chris and his team, they are trying to use the technology, the recent advances in the technology, to bring things together and to spread this knowledge for all our colleagues in different parts of the world. And really, this is very fascinating. The other thing also, he's an world expert. He's working with the World Health Organization task force, and also now they are adapting with his team the artificial intelligence to I don't know how they will do it, but they are the expert, and they're going to be the world leader in this in this thing. And I feel it's not only in our specialty as a medicine, but in medicine in general, but also might be in the in science in general. And this is the new era, using the advances in technology and also using the very frightening, actually, the artificial intelligence for the best of the humanity.
I think I'm going to. Hi. So I think I'm going to correct myself. I think using AI is going to scare everyone in the room. So I'm going to change to a term called augmented intelligence, which has been termed by the American Academy of Dermatology,
Okay.
which actually aims to change the thinking we have of that technology into something more collaborative than something confrontational. And in the end, I would just see the tool that I'm presenting to you today just like any kind of tool which can help you in your practice while keeping your control about the information and the usability of that information and what you decide to do out of it. Because I think when we see all these telehealth in general, they tend to one size fits all and can actually be used by monkeys, right? If I may exaggerate, but we're dermatologists, and we should be able to decide ourselves. I mean, we have acquired the knowledge and the skills, and obviously, I think you told us the patient is our best teacher.
Yes.
And if we have that teacher in front of us while we are consulting, well, I think we have actionable knowledge that we can decide or not to apply. And that will make us learn faster and we'll learn more. But I must say, it doesn't replace the fact that I'm really happy to be here in front of you all. And I hope that doesn't change, because that's the most valuable part, I think.
I'd like to take the advantage that he's here and ask him, do you think that we're going to find a software and like ChatGPT specialized in dermatology to replace us?
It's not going to replace us.
What do you think?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I think yes. I mean, if you imagine, for example, you're living in somewhere at home in a suburb, and you don't know what to do, and you're out of a job, and you're gonna type, "How do I treat wrinkles?" and you're gonna enter that on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is gonna give you the answer, but it's also probably gonna land you in jail if you apply what you read on ChatGPT, right? So I would say maybe yes, but not anytime soon.